Weeks pass. Obinna looks drained, broken. He secretly searches for her. He searched cities, towns, villages. But the woman who brought him peace had disappeared like wind. Then, he finds her teaching children under a tree, barefoot, smiling. Obinna's voice breaks, "You left. But my heart stayed with you." Under a giant baobab tree at sunset. Obinna kneels, "I have chosen you in my mind, in my soul, in my destiny. Choose me too. And let's teach the world what real wealth looks like." Amarachi cries, nods. And beneath the ancient witness of the ancestors, their destinies intertwine forever. They marry quietly. Obinna builds a modern school in her village, named the Amarachi Foundation Academy. Together, they built not just an empire, but a legacy. A partnership of heart and mind. A union stronger than headlines. And proof that love, not wealth, is the greatest power of all. Paparazzi photos leak. Tabloids explode. Social media erupts. Suddenly, Amarachi, the quiet school teacher, became national news. The headlines were cruel. The judgment was sharp. And Obinna's board members were furious. "Board member, you're risking your empire for a village woman." But love does not bow to intimidation. Obinna faces the biggest merger of his career, but investors demand he end the relationship. And so came the test destiny had been preparing him for. "Investor, you choose her, or the merger dies." Long silence. Obinna finally answers, "I choose the woman who makes my wealth worth having." And just like that, $2.8 billion slipped through his fingers. Amarachi overhears the board's threats. "Amarachi, I don't want you to lose everything because of me." "Obinna, everything means nothing if you're not in my life." But fear is powerful, and Amarachi vanished from his life the next morning. Later, rain stops. Obinna offers money as thanks. Amarachi smiles, pushes his hand away. "Amarachi, I didn't help you for money." Rain falls on both the rich and the poor. Obinna freezes. No one had ever said that to him. In that moment, a wall inside his heart cracked. Next morning, Obinna sends his assistant away and walks back to the village alone. He told himself it was gratitude. But the truth was deeper. He finds Amarachi teaching children. "Obinna, I wanted to say thank you. Properly this time." Amarachi laughs, "You already did. You survived the storm." And just like that, the billionaire kept finding reasons to return. Amarachi teaching him how to cook jollof over firewood, Obinna helping fix the school roof, the two walking through farms, laughter, shared stories, silent chemistry. Obinna found peace in her simplicity. Amarachi found depth in his vulnerability. Two worlds, slowly becoming one. In the vibrant city of Akwanta lived Obinna Dyke, a billionaire whispered about like a legend. A man whose companies stretched across Africa, whose decisions moved markets, and whose presence made even powerful men adjust their ties. Cut to Obinna in a silent mansion, marble floors, tall windows, no laughter. But behind the golden gates, Obinna lived in a world colder than steel. A world ruled by deadlines, strategies, and lonely dinners. The newspapers called him the Iron Mind of Africa. But even iron can melt when touched by the right fire. Far from Akwanta's skyscrapers, in the humble village of Umuaku, lived Amarachi, a teacher whose heart beat with compassion. She owned no diamonds, no designer dresses, yet her presence lit up every room she stepped into. Children running around her, calling Auntie Oma. Auntie Oma. She taught not just letters and numbers, but kindness, patience, hope. To the world, she was ordinary. To destiny, she was extraordinary. Ever dreamt of a love that rises above limitations? A bond so strong it conquers boardrooms, tabloids, and the storms of destiny. Imagine a romance where fortunes are built not only on ambition, but on unshakable trust and connection. What if the most captivating love story isn't in fairy tales, but in the private, opulent world of an African billionaire? Tonight, step into a world where billions meet boundless love. Where a village teacher writes the destiny of a man who thought he had everything, yet had nothing where it mattered. But fate makes no announcements. It simply arrives. Obina's convoy suddenly sputters. One car breaks down in heavy rain. "Driver, sir, the engine is overheating. We need shelter." And so, the billionaire who lived above the world found himself stranded inside it. They spot a dimly lit school building. Amarachi appears with a lantern, concerned but calm. "Amarachi, you're soaked. You shouldn't stay in the rain. Come inside." Obina looks at her, surprised by her confidence. She had no idea who he was. And for the first time in years, someone treated Obina like a man, not a headline. Amarachi wraps a cloth around his shoulders, boils water for tea. "Amarachi, you look like someone carrying too much. Rest a little." And Obina obeyed, for reasons he couldn't explain. So when next you hear stories of billionaires and power, remember this: true connection isn't reserved for the silver screen. It lives in the hearts of the extraordinary, those brave enough to choose love over everything else.